Good morning, survivors. It's Angie, and today at queenbeing.com we're going to talk about narcissists and accountability, or lack thereof. Let's get started. Coffee. So, one of the most disturbing traits I think that narcissists really show us is that they have no sense of responsibility for their own actions, no accountability, right? It's a problem. I think that's one of the hardest parts to deal with when you're dealing with a person with NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, is the simple fact that they are so good at deflecting, at not accepting responsibility for their own behaviors. So we're going to go over the traits that make that the case. All right, let's talk about it. Starts with avoidance, obviously. Narcissists will, if they can, they'll avoid the truth. They'll avoid accepting responsibility. They'll avoid having any positive effect at all when they have made a mistake, such as whatever. If they have any reason to be accountable, they'll avoid it. That's what I'm saying. If you can't avoid it, they'll make excuses for it. Sometimes they'll apologize, false apology. Oh yeah, sometimes they'll accuse you of the treatment. They'll make accusations to deflect from their own behavior, their own responsibility and culpability in a situation. That doesn't work. They might try to cause confusion. They might try to talk in circles and make you not sure what's happening, or they might try to tease you into submission, or all this kind of stuff. And there's projection when they say that you've done what they've done. And again, that kind of goes back to accusations. They'll project their own behavior onto you. They might, you might say something to them like, "Oh my gosh, you just called me a big nerd," and they'll be like, "No, I didn't," and then deniability, and then even if it just happened, and then they might say, "Oh, you just called me a big nerd." See, projection. That's a really simple, lame example, but you get the idea. Then you have flying monkeys. They like to get other people involved in their stuff. "Oh, go ask this person. They'll tell you how horrible and stupid and crazy you are." I'm sure we've all heard that. Yeah. And then sometimes they'll just shut down. They'll be like, "No, I'm not going to talk about it because I know I'm wrong." But they won't say that, of course. "Why are you yelling at me for no reason? La, la, la." You've been there, right? Oh, and then there's the sneaky one, discrediting, right? So they literally try to make you appear as though you're not credible. Sometimes they'll do it to your face, sometimes they'll do it behind your back, and they'll just help other people think you're not credible. And the thing about that is that it invalidates you completely, and it really upsets people. Me, personally, very much. But I try to get over it because now I understand what I'm dealing with. So if I am dealing with a narcissist, I don't take it as personally as I used to. I'm going to tell you that. Shifting focus where they try to focus on something stupid like the tone of your voice or your body language. "Oh, you don't like me." That's like if you're, if you have a legitimate reason to be upset with a narcissist, for example, and they call you and you say hello, they might not like the way you say hello. We talked about this before. And you might be in trouble for saying hello the wrong way for days. And this allows them to distance themselves and you from the actual issue at hand. It's a real fun thing they do. I don't like it. Sometimes they'll flat out lie. Sometimes they'll persecute you. They'll flat out, accuse you of doing the thing. Sometimes they will just walk away from the situation. Sometimes, they'll ghost you. They'll go away. Narcissists don't like to take responsibility. Narcissists don't like to accept accountability. They don't have any. They always look for another way to blame someone else for their trouble, someone else for the things that they've done wrong. And they don't care who it hurts because they lack empathy. Threaten you. They'll condemn you. They'll justify their behavior. They will do things that will trigger you, things that either from their own abuse or the abuse of your childhood or something like that. Like, for example, if you tell your narcissist during the love bombing phase that, what my mom always used to tell me, "Look what you just made me do." When she beat me, the narcissist might hit you and say, "Look what you just made me do," because that would trigger you back to your childhood abuse. See? And that, of course, would distract everybody from the fact that the narcissist just effed up something really big. I guess what it all comes down to is that narcissists don't ever admit that they're actually wrong about anything. They cannot handle the idea of being wrong. They certainly don't like to be proven wrong. And there's just really nothing that you can do to make them believe that they're wrong. So if you're dealing with a narcissist, understand that, know that, and see it as a limitation that they have, and work on ways that you can be okay with their limitations and understand that you won't ever be able to be proven right, at least not for long, with a narcissist. Because even if you are right, they're going to be like, well, you're also a bitch or whatever. Anyway, whatever they can do to take away your sense of justice, your sense of I'm right this time, and they're admitting it, because that would just be way too satisfying for you, wouldn't it? I think what it all comes down to, the bottom line, is that you cannot have a real relationship with a narcissist. It doesn't matter if it's your mom, your dad, your husband, your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your brother, your sister. Narcissists aren't capable of real healthy relationships. They aren't. So if you're going to stay with one, then you need to know that, and you need to deal with the limitations as they are. Narcissists don't change. And even if they pretend they're going to change, it goes back to usual pretty quick. I've seen it. You've seen it. We all know it's true. It's a cycle. Love bombing, devalue, discard. Boom. It's a cycle. It goes on and on and on and on. You feel me? All right. I'm going to wrap up for this morning. I want you all to know that you are loved, that you're not alone. I want to thank you for being in my life, and thank you for letting me be in your life. And I will see you later today for another video. Have a wonderful day. See you soon, everybody. If you have comments, questions, concerns, things you want to talk about, leave them in the comments below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. All right? Thanks. See you soon.